Hey, it's your pal, Elizabeth, reporting live from Boston. Taylor, where you at?
Your pal Taylor, recording live from exciting Akron, Ohio.
And we're about to talk to someone from up north. Hey.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
So my name's Wendy, and I live across from Detroit, Michigan, which makes people laugh because Detroit is actually north of us, where we're supposed to be north of all of the Americans. Windsor is the most southern part of Canada. So we have, not tropical weather, but warmish weather. And I'm retired. In my career, I was an academic dean. At this point, I do some consulting. I'm mentoring a couple of young women in leadership, and most of my free time's around my grandkids and my 95-year-old mom who lives with us. We have 3 adult kids, and I will always refer to them as kids. They would grown probably, but they range in age from 35 and then 33 and 28. And so I think at my age and stage, what I've learned the most is how to communicate with our young adults, particularly our adult kids in this case. And that transition from being an active parent, like pick up your clothes, no, you can't have more ice cream, to more of they all live independently, of a coach, a listener, a guide, when they ask for it. And that's the hard part being an ancient mom like I am, is we do think we know a fair bit about life and living. And sometimes when we see our adult kids heading in a particular direction, we want to say, I know all about that. Take a left turn instead of a right turn, and it will save you time or money or best heartache. And yet that's not what our young adults are looking for. They have successfully moved out of the house, and they have careers and partners, and they're not looking for answers anymore from us. An example was when I wanted to comment on a particular adult kid's behavior. And I was saying that to my daughter-in-law, another one of my adult kids. And she said, you're going to have to decide if you want to be right or if you want to have a relationship with them. And that was so profound for me, because I'm usually right, but that's not what they were interested in. They were interested in that unconditional, as available as is realistic cheerleader.
Let me ask you, how long do you think it took you to get to that point where you said your perspective kind of flipped to, I'm not the parent anymore. I'm was there a period of hard space in there? I'm sure,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it was probably a 5-year journey. And it was watching them find others that they could relate to as peers and guides and info resources. So my role naturally shifted, but to give it up with hands wide open and to say, I am here because I love you and I want to learn from you, was a process. Our daughter came out as a gay woman about 7 years ago. So that too was am I going to love her or am I going to lose her moment? And there was no discussion there at all about losing her. And so for me then, it was learning more about that whole orientation and understanding that that's truly who she is and God loves everybody. So what in the fact is the big deal there? And then her getting engaged and then getting married and now carrying their first child, who's going to be a boy, in early February. So all of those have been exciting learning opportunities for me. And I think if our adult kids see us as learners, that also makes the trip a little easier. I just don't have the answers anymore. I'm learning along with you.
So I'm an Enneagram 1. So for me, I always want to be a problem solver. And I'm trying to learn that, kind of like what you were saying, that, more so like I don't always have to be right in scenarios or situations with people. And I've just kind of noticed the more that I step back from always trying to give like my opinion of like, you should do this or this or this, I feel like the relationships have almost gotten better.
And I think about, what would my friend want to talk about? What would my friend want to hear? They're not interested in solutions other than like a recipe or something. They just want to be unconditionally listened to and unconditionally loved. Because isn't it all about living our faith, not just talking our faith? So, yeah. So how's that from this Canadian?
I love it. That was so good. I don't even know what to say. That was.
I really want to meet you two, and that day will come when our border opens. And I think we'd have so much to talk about faith and life and goals and what are your joy points and all that fun stuff. So I look forward to that time someday.
Oh, same here.
Yes, for sure. Holy smokes, pal.
Like, did she just speak to my soul?
Right? The both of us.
She knew everything I need to hear. Thanks for tuning in with us this week. This is your pal Taylor.
And your pal Elizabeth.
And this is Perspectives
With your pals.
Pals.
It sound right, boy.